The Lab Archives Course Manager is where you will create your course and add students to it. Once students are added to a course, they will receive their own individual copy of the course notebook that you created. To access the Course Manager, click the triple dot menu, hover over Utilities, and select Course Manager. After you've created your first course, you'll also notice there's a Course Manager icon at the top right. Clicking this icon will also take you to the Course Manager. To create a new course, click Create Your New Course Now. There are 5 main steps to creating a course in Lab Archives. At any time, you can click Save Course and Exit at the top of the page. The first step is to select the course information. The course title is the name of your course and the name that the students will see. If you teach multiple courses, you may want to clearly indicate the year or semester. The Base Student Notebooks On option is where you will tie your master course notebook to this course. Your students will receive their own individual copy of the notebook that you choose. Be sure to select the correct notebook to link to this course, because once you choose to link a course notebook, you cannot change it. Now you can select the settings for the course. These settings can be adjusted throughout the semester. Notice some options are checked by default. Now, by default, students are allowed to share their notebook with other students. This allows students to work on group projects. You can always turn this off, even after the course has started. The next option is to allow students to sign pages in the notebook. Page signing is permanent. If a student signs the page, data cannot be added, changed, or removed from the page. The third option is to allow teaching assistants to add or delete sections in the course. The fourth option limits each teaching assistant to access student information and grades for only their section. If you have a TA in one section, that TA can't see the students in the other sections. This is in compliance with FERPA. If the option is turned on and the course does have multiple sections, be sure to assign students and TAs to their correct sections. The fifth option causes the page to lock when the student has submitted their assignment. This ensures that a student will not make changes to the assignment after it has been submitted. The student won't be able to edit any entries on the page until the page is graded or unlocked by the instructor or TA. The last checkbox will automatically display comments when you view a student's notebook. This can make it easier to communicate with your students. You also may be asked to select a course length or course end date. Once you've completed the course information section, click Next. The second step is to create sections. Sections are optional, but the option is here for you if you do have multiple sections in your course. To create a section, click Yes, and then enter a section name and description, then click Add. You can always add, edit, and remove sections at a later point. Step 3 is where you can add teaching assistants to your course. Now, a teaching assistant will have access to the course manager, and they will be able to access each individual student notebook. Co-instructors can also be added here, but they will have the rights as teaching assistants. It's important to note, only the instructor can make changes to the course information or update student notebooks. To add one or more teaching assistants to the course, paste or type in their email address here. Select the section that they are assigned to, and then click Add. After you click Add, you'll see this confirmation pop up. This gives you another chance to double check that you've chosen the correct notebook to link to this course. Then click Yes. You'll see this second confirmation asking to make sure you want to add these teaching assistants to the course. We'll click Add. Now you can see our TA has been added. Once you click Next, we are now at the point where we can add students. There are two ways to do this. Remember to only choose one of these two options to add students. The first option to add students is to send students a sign-up URL. Your students can follow this link to create an account and join the course. Typically, an instructor will distribute this link by email or post the link to a course website. You also have the option to share a link just by section, and you can also use the HTML link in your course website. Now, the next option is where you can manually add students to your course. You can type in the emails of students into this box. You can select which section they will be a part of, and then click Add. You'll see this confirmation pop up asking if you want to add these students. We'll click Add. Now, after you add a student, they will receive an email inviting them to the course. They'll follow the link in the invitation email to create their account or join the course if they already have an account. Once you're finished adding students to your course, you can click Save Course and exit. After your course is set up, the course manager will appear like this, with tabs on the left-hand side. If you need to make changes to course information, sections, teaching assistants, or students, select that tab. If you make changes to the master course notebook and would like to push those updates to your students, you would click this Update Student Notebooks button at the top left. Keep in mind, this will not overwrite any work that the students have completed. If you're associated with other courses, you can access those by using the drop-down menu at the top. And you can also create new courses by clicking this Add New Course button. To access your students' work, click this Open Assignment Navigator button at the top right. To learn more about grading students' work, please see the knowledge base article or the video on grading students' work. Now, the Students tab is the best overview of all students in the course. Each student will be listed in the table, and then you can click on the header name to filter by name, email, section, and activities. Now, as students create their account and start working in their notebook, you'll see their last activity, and then you'll also see the notebook icons at the right. Now, the red number here indicates that a student has completed actions, like submitting an assignment or commenting in their notebook. You can also click on the activity feed icon to view more information. You can add new students to the course by clicking this Add Students button at the top right. And you can select students in the course by clicking the checkbox on the left side. You can also move a student to another section or remove the student from the course by clicking the options here. Now, if a student did not receive the email inviting them to Lab Archives, you can select to resend the email to re-invite them to the course. Clicking this Send Announcement button will bring up this option to type up an announcement, and you can choose to send it to all students, selected students, or students in a specific section. When you send an announcement, your student will see a yellow notifications banner when they next log into Lab Archives. Now, the Grades tab will show you the current status and grades of all assignment entries for the course. If a student submitted an assignment, you'll see that says Submitted right here. And then you can click that to open that assignment. If the assignment is graded, you will see a grade listed and the person who gave the grade. You can also export these grades to CSV or PDF using these options at the top of the page. And at the end of the semester, you may want to end your course by clicking End Course. There are 3 different ways to end a course in Lab Archives. If you are teaching the same course for the next semester, you might want to select Reuse Course. This will remove all students from the course, and you can select to remove the sections or teaching assistants. When students are removed from the course, they will become the owner of their course notebook. If you are required to maintain ownership of a course notebook, you may prefer to select the Archive Course option. If a course is archived, you will maintain ownership of the notebook and students will have view-only access to the notebook. If you need to make changes to these notebooks at a later point, you can select to reactivate the course. The last option is to delete your course. This will remove all students and delete all the course information. The students will receive ownership of the notebook. To learn about managing a course in Lab Archives, please see the knowledge base. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our support team at support@labarchives.com. To subscribe to our videos, click the Lab Archives logo on the left. For additional training videos, click on the link to the right.